and take care of her. I mean, I felt that so strongly with these soldiers keeping their lives on the line, hunger, sleep, giving up all of these. I mean, I'm sure all these people have their families back home, they have the children back home, but that passion for the country and to keep on telling themselves that I'm living only for my nation and I'm here to guard it, to protect it. It's such a wonderful thing. I take that back very, very powerfully, actually.
Yeah.
That love for the nation, that sense of patriotism, that sense of giving. There's so much. Even my character, Sailesh Malviya, because he's a national security advisor, their timings are all odd. Sometimes they eat late night, sometimes they don't eat, don't sleep. They're required there 24/7. They have to be there. They cannot not be there because they are in charge of the national security. So that's a huge responsibility. And the amount of agencies they have to go through. There's a government agency, there's a state policy, there's the government intelligence, there's the armed forces on the field. They have to look into everything. So many factors. They're burdened with work, with responsibilities. Any wrong decision, and the country will lose lives. That's how serious, that's how sensitive this character was to me. And while preparing, I had to take all precautions to get the character right, absolutely right. So I wanted to read so many things, wanted to research on all the NSAs, not just Ajit Doval Saab, even the NSAs before him. Research everything. What I was playing was not really a character or a real life person who was the National Security Advisor. What I was playing was the position of the National Security Advisor, the responsibility behind this position, what this position means country. And that's where it got intriguing and challenging for me as an actor, because how do you play just a position? If you play a person, it's much easier. You're playing a position. You have to appear. Your presence should rake up that sense of faith in the audience that, yeah, this man can look after the nation. How was it for you to prepare?
I mean, I remember you also telling me that sabse upar desh hai, humse bhi upar desh hai. So we also had a very intense kind of relationship. I mean, intense and yet respectful rivalry kind of thing. I had a great. I saw a lot of news channels. I mean, though it's nothing compared to an army officer or a national security advisor, but definitely I went through a lot of news channels. It's not journalism is not difficult. What I realized from this show that it's a very difficult job. I mean, if you cross a line, your life could be in danger. Your job could be at risk at any time. But if for a field reporter, your life could be also in danger if you put out the wrong information out, or for anything for that matter. So it was great. We had a great script reading session also with the director and with the entire cast. You were also there. You were also part of it. So it was good. It was good knowing the character. I have a personal life also in this show. I have a personal journey where I have a relationship. Who's also under his works. He works under you. How you manipulate him also, and we break up. So there's a lot of interesting factor in it. Yes.
Even your character was very intriguing. I found your character as Namrata Joshi, the journalist, always trying to dig out information, always trying to oversmart the national policies, always trying to cross that border, the line of not decency, but the line of protocol. You never really somewhere or the other, because you were passionate about what you were doing, and that is what irked my character a lot. Yeah. But we had, like you said, we had a very nice rivalry, but yet tremendous respect for the two characters. Both the characters each other. And towards the end, I remember, of course, I can't give out too much about the series right now, but I remember that I do stand there to give you a bit of help so that you push yourself ahead and go ahead in life. I wanted that. Some nice questions for you, just very quick questions. By the way, before I get to the questions, did you have any kind of do you have personally any traits that are very close to the trait of your character, the journalist?
I do have, yes. I have, she's strong-headed, she's determined. I am kind of similar to that. She's caring. I mean, she's sensitive also. She's in a way sensitive, but because of her job, she becomes a little insensitive. Otherwise, she has that caring factor, which I also have. So I have these kind of similarities to it. What about you, sir?
My character is very forceful, you know. He actually announces the Operation All Out to the government of India at that time in 2016. He recommended that, which means to wipe off all militant organizations and militants. That's what his policy was. He said, we don't have the patience anymore. We'll have to go and strike this way, otherwise there's no way out. We'll keep on, you know, we'll be pushed to the wall otherwise all the time. So he was very aggressive as a character, but not physically aggressive. His work, his policies, his thought process. I have a bit of that in me as well. From the outside, I'm not that physically aggressive on anything. I mean, like I don't go out to hurt people or to physically push myself. But internally, yes, I am. If I'm seeking something, there is a sort of aggression that I have, which is soft, but inside me it's very powerful. I keep pushing that. So here are the questions for you.
Oh my God. I have one question, sir.
After this, okay. Tell me, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of the Indian Army?
Patriotism.
Okay. Which was your favorite shoot location?
Bhadrava. Bhadrava. Yes.
And describe your character in one word.
Strong-headed.
Okay, great.
Okay, so I will ask you, name one character you wanted to play apart from Shailesh Malviya.
Your character.
Wow.
And to play Major Videep Singh.
Yes.
Both were very. First, it was Major Videep Singh because I liked his physicality, and I love to do those kind of things. You know, I would have loved to put on weight and then have a gun on me and run and so I would have loved to do that. I have this very childish energy in me, and at the same time yours, because you were multi-layered. The character that you play is very multi-layered. It's a journalist, although I played a journalist in Patal Lok.
Yes.
But yours was very, very multi-layered, and you were somebody who was trying to, you know, push the armed forces, push the policymakers of the country. You know, you were amongst us, and that was danger zones for you, and I would have loved to do that. There was a complexity. Shoot.
I feel good. I feel grateful. Wow. So one more, okay. Which cast member did you learn from the most?
I think almost all.
Yeah.
Because whenever I was working with anybody, certain things that I was picking up. I normally do this whenever I work. I am also, one part of my system is open to my co-actor. And there are many things I'd like to pick up. I like to pick up things. It can be from anybody, literally. It does not have to mean for me that, okay, I'm performing with a seasoned actor or a student of mine or a co-actor or somebody who's just come to the industry. I don't really see it like that. Whenever I'm performing, although I use my craft, I'm involved in what I'm doing, but there's one part of me that is open and which is open to receiving and to learning. So I would list all of them.
Taught. That's what you've taught also, like to observe people.
Yeah, that's very important as you pick up. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
So I have more questions. If you could keep one memento from the set, what would it be?
A memento from the set.